Well, hello everyone. It has been a couple weeks since I have been on the live Facebook feed for Facebook. And it's been a little bit since I've done a video, and it's time to start getting back into my Magical Monday messages. So welcome everyone. I'm hoping you're having a glorious Magical Monday. I have to say, I am in New York State, in central New York, and usually September brings cooler weather. However, we have been so deeply blessed with summer weather. And what do I mean by this? Mid to high 70s, and the past couple days have been in the 80s. So I am just so in my happy place, totally submerging myself in this weather to fill my tank before fall hits and before winter hits. And I do encourage you to do the same. Get out there, enjoy the sunshine, get your feet in the grass. The water is still beautiful. I was swimming in it just yesterday with my kids, and it is still beautiful to get in. So fill your tanks, fill your soul, fill your spirit while this weather is here. So that way when those colder months come, it's easier to kind of flow through them. So anyways, that was just a little tidbit in there that I wanted to throw off to you. But my message today is September is such a huge month for many of us. The kids are back at school for many of us, being moms. And it's also the time of when the weather patterns start to switch, and we're getting ready for fall to come. And as you know, this week is fall equinox, and it's a beautiful time because it really is equal of the light and the dark and the balance that we have in our life. And what I find September brings for me is summer's over, September's here, and it's a time that I reevaluate my life on all levels: physical, eating, spiritual, emotional, business. Everything's reevaluated. Personal, relationships, everything. It's all there. And what I do is I reevaluate. A lot of times in the summertime, we find that a lot of our self-care practices, what we enjoyed, what was healthy for us, what we wanted, we segue away from because it's summer. We're sleeping in, we're having time with friends, we're partying, we're camping, and we get all of that in a 2-month time span, which really, if you think about it, wow, right? So I come back to September and I reevaluate what was I not doing in the summertime that really worked for me, that was helpful and I enjoyed and it lifted my spirits? What did I move away from that I want to reintegrate? Or what did I implement and is totally not working for me on any level and literally needs to be out the door because it was more, wasn't as helpful? It actually, sometimes we integrate some things and they're actually less helpful and more time consuming and more energy consuming than what we thought would be. So September is a time for me to really dig in and really look at relationships, relook at the business, relook at physical, look at eating, look at emotional, look at mental and spiritual, and plug back in what was working. And for me, I've got to be honest with you, a lot went out the door this summer as I was totally consumed with one area of my life. Wasn't getting up and doing my morning meditations, wasn't getting on my Facebook Lives and sharing these beautiful Magical Monday messages with you. A lot was consumed, so I reevaluated and I looked at myself and the wholeness that I am, and I said, where is it that I want to be? What is it that I want to integrate and bring back in that really raised my energy, that really filled my soul? And a few things immediately popped back in. Physical exercise. I belong to the Y. I teach classes there Monday morning, and so it's easy for me to get the kids on the bus and at least move my body in healthy ways. And so that was something that I integrated back in last week, and already just moving my body in one area is helping move my body in other areas. It's kind of like a jump start. So it's helpful to know that if you find yourself in that non-movement, not stuck, but you're just non-movement, you're not moving forward enough. If you can find that one part in your life that you can step into, it starts to catapult you into other areas. So now that I'm physically moving my body and I'm moving and it feels good, all of a sudden, boom, I'm moving within my business, I'm moving within my relationships, I'm moving within my eating patterns. And what I've done is I've taken and I've reevaluated everything. I know that I got lazy with my eating and I really need to get back to my healthier eating, small meals a day, more fruits, more vegetables. And for me, that feels good. Maybe it doesn't to you, but for me, this feels good. And you can kind of insert and play around with this where you fit in as I'm going along in this video. For me, it's looking at my gluten and really becoming gluten-free again, because it really inflames my joints and I get bloated. And who wants a bloated stomach? Not me. So, insert in here what feels good to you as I'm going along with this video. I also reevaluated my business. Okay, I took the summer off. I didn't work as hard as it. Where do I want it to go? What am I looking at doing? Do I want to be doing more workshops? Do I want to be doing more online stuff? Do I want to be doing XYZ? So I literally in September reevaluate myself on the wholeness. And here's the reason. We have darker times coming, colder weather coming. And so within those times, it's actually more challenging, I find, to reevaluate during the winter time and start to integrate things than it is in September and October. The weather's nicer. We still have a lot of daylight. You can still get outside. And it's easier during these times to reintegrate yourself back in as the wholeness than it is, say, in January or December. Those times I find, for myself, I'm a highly sensitive person, highly intuitive, extrovert, but very, very sensitive in that way. So myself, I find it's harder in the winter time to relook at my wholeness and myself and where I want to be than it is during the month of September and October. And I find doing it during these months gives me the space to integrate it. So when the darker months come, where we are meant to go inward and have that self time, it's actually easier now because I've already implemented those practices back in. So equinox is coming, fall equinox is coming. Boy, it's going to be here, I think Thursday or Friday, around there. And what a beautiful, beautiful time. And the new moon is coming. And so what a beautiful time of the equalness we have of light and dark to really be looking at ourselves and finding the balance of where or what we want in our lives on a daily basis. And I always like to put this in here because I really feel this is so important. Daily balance looks different every single day, because on a daily basis, you are not the same person, nor is the energy, nor is your environment, nor is anything. So what balance looked like on one day, it may look totally different on the next day. And so that's really, really so important and a key point that I really want to kind of blow up and make big, that please realize that your balance, your best, whatever, is gonna look different day to day because we're different day to day. And the energies and the seasons, everything is different on a daily basis. So my little magical Monday tidbit for you is really to take this week to evaluate your balance, evaluate what's working for you, evaluate what's not working for you, looking at the light, looking at the dark, is that equal balance within yourself. The new moon is beautiful for receiving. And so really taking this week and the rest of this month to really put back into place what you want to put back in, reevaluate, literally reevaluate everything, your relationships, if you have a business or your job, emotional, physical, spiritual, personal, everything, and reevaluate it and integrate back in what works for you. So another thing that I started doing was getting back up in the morning and meditating, because I realized, holy cow, that kind of went out the door in the summertime because I was getting up later and I had the kids all in the house. So I've really started to bring that daily practice back in, and it's made a huge, huge, huge difference for the way that my mornings and my days go, because I started off energetically balanced throughout my body. So, my friends, thank you for joining me today. Feel free to join this weekly challenge of just posting below on what you have found that is working for you, what hasn't worked for you, and where you're looking for that balance in your life. And it could be overall balance, it could be in one area. So this is just a light challenge, very easy going to get back in the flow before the winter months hit of darkness, to start reintegrating back in the balance that was working for us during this month, and using that energy of the new moon and using that energy of the fall equinox that is coming by the end of the week. So I give blessings and blessings to all of you. Enjoy this beautiful weather that we have. Get out, get in the sunshine, put your feet in the grass, go swimming, just totally bring it all in. Find that balance in your life, and I look forward to reading your comments below. Many magical blessings to you for the week and the days ahead. Namaste.